Hello, this is Kevin Resilient ME, picking back up Disco Elysium after a break in my recording. On this channel we game with the medical condition ME/CFS, and that's the reason for my break. I'm not fully out of the severe flare-up, so we're just gonna wing it right now. Last time I recorded in this condition, I woke out of it, energized a bit. First wind, second wind, whatever. So we left off at the end of the first day. Have a skill point sitting around. We're about to ding another one, actually. That's good information. Which means I don't necessarily need to bank this. It's the thought that I had was throw it in electrochemistry and do that check on the mirror. Try to get rid of the expression. I know I probably should be pumping up some of these low skills. Why bother, right? Who needs them? Why are these minused? I think from clothing items. Yeah, I mean, we're going to sabotage them anyway, so. Why bother? Could just keep pumping the empathy up, but that. When I say it doesn't gain us anything, it doesn't re-unlock any skill checks. You know, I don't actually know what it'll gain. We'll be more likely to hit dialogue checks, and we won't know if we're missing them, because, you only see them if you pass them. So. Alright, let's see our checks. Logic check with Kim, we're not going to probably get all this playthrough. I don't care about this one. This check, yeah, it says it's impossible, but we're very pumped up with the clothing items we have. I think we can make this happen. It's not guaranteed. That's the issue. Could just be throwing the skill check or the skill point away. But it's also the necktie, I know. That thing comes with a lot of dialogue. Anyone who's played this knows what I mean about that, but not convinced I want to bother with that. Don't know that there's a reason to care about waking him up. Getting into the apartments is important. That's like one of our highest priorities. But the question is, before we go in there and meet Kuno's dad, do we want to wait until we've recovered the gun? I'm sure that's a thing. I've never done the quest with Kuno's dad before, so I don't know anything that happens with that. Feels like that's an opportunity for a game over. Police detective kills civilian and out of that, but yeah. Not sure we're going to get that ledger open, because that would require skip point. This one's past tense. That's gone. The volition check with Kim is possible. That's more. Are we all rested up now? Maybe. Maybe that's where we want to put the check. Maybe wait till we've rested. Don't know. If it wasn't for the fact that we really need to be unlocking more of these, I wouldn't be that worried about it. Just checking. Extra special bottles on the map? I don't remember any bottles on the map. Inland Empire is really encouraged with this. It's almost a shame we don't have that pumped up, but it's fine. Pain threshold is an obvious pick too. I mean, we're going to get a level up if we pass that mirror check. I don't know, let's just keep going and stop trying to think. Thinking doesn't work with brain fog. Why is Kim still following me around? Do we have to actually click there? I mean, we haven't told Kim that. Tomorrow, probably.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
The debrief happens regardless if you've told him anything. Okay. Well, we're going to get a skill point from the debrief, I'm sure, so. Let's grab the authority so we can do that check. Unless we're going to just wait on getting the gun. I don't know. No. Let's get ready to do the mirror check. I'm concerned I might already have that unlocked for whatever. We're not going to worry about it. We'll get prepared to do that. Overthinking.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
I guarantee this isn't going to be a pleasant conversation with Kim. I mean, we did work on the case. We just didn't focus where he wanted us to.
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically. Well, we didn't even look at the body.
Yep.
And there's still much to do at the crime scene, too. We didn't search it thoroughly enough.
he would have put all of this more harshly, but he doesn't want you to feel completely discouraged. Probably because he's afraid that you'll just give up and keep drinking.
I mean, he could have looked at it. We spent enough time near it. Trying to blame me.
What if this murder is important? As for the interviews,
He's actually leaning into that, huh? Trying to... Oh, what's the damn word? Trying to be persuasive. Through... damn it, I can't think of words today. I'm too out of it.
We conducted an interview with Everard Clare. He wasn't particularly forthcoming with useful information, however.
Should we gonna go with here?
Well, we will have to work through that. Claire also helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief. That's normal. It's best not to give it too much thought.
Kim must have had doubts about his name at some point too, but deliberately discarded them.
Change? No, not exactly. But I think all of us at some point imagine what our lives might have been had we been something else.
The music's a bit too loud right now. I can't hear the dialogue over it.
And then we feel trapped by the names we've been given as symbols of the intentions and expectations of others.
That was an overcorrection. Might have just been a crescendo in the music or something.
Even if I were to change my name now, upon hearing any syllable that sounds like Kim in the street, I turn to see who was calling me. But let's talk about Joyce Messier for a moment. I have a feeling that she knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us. Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
Did I run a lot in this episode? I wonder if this is something that he always says, or if... Well, I mean, I know how the reactivity is in this game. I bet if you didn't run at all, he wouldn't say that.
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age, and in those hills. Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
The orange? I mean, him? Or the pants? Yeah.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
You're cold, Detective. Again, I only have exactly one every night. Yes, it's been a long and eventful day.
I can't actually. Could have that, though. Feels like a waste, but... Maybe he'll comment on it.
They're quite limited, actually. the power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule. Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM. The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Revachol. We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station cold sleep. It prevents confusion and overcrowding. You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
When power calls you, you come. But power itself is a fragile trick of perception.
Sorry, that was my jaw if you heard that.
As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power. You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best. We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them. The coalition government, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less. Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM. It's probably more honest, yes. Either way, the moral intern leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it. The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed. They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world. What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats. A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
We got a book on that, though.
For you, she is something painful, though it's hard to say why.
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
It is more than that. There's some kind of affection in him.
Yes, I did, when I was younger. In my 20s, I considered myself a moralist. A blue forget-me-not, a piece of the sky. They're not all that bad. But the years have changed that. I don't know what I believe in now. No, I believe in the RCM. That's enough for me. Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Yeah, we all about self-discipline. Well, the other ones are empathetic, so we're for that.
Something ominous. Something even a little feminine, but in a strict manner.
That's an honest line. Yeah.
Do you? In fact, we would need them even if you didn't think that way. We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes. Spoken like a revolutionary, not a cop. But hypothetical aside, in Martinez we already are vigilantes. At least the Union thinks so. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
The lights of the orphan district are reflected in his glasses, the red and golden orbs of the motorway sliding like pearls on a string from east to west as Revachol commutes back to the suburbs. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Monday is over. The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag.
We haven't got that skill point yet. That's concerning.
This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different in land, in Jamrock, in the GRIH. It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. It's like I told you, this place is an orphan, fallen between the cracks. We run this city. West of the river is RCM land. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works, our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
Night. Captain Bartholomew Price steps into the yard. A piebald horse waits by the motor carriage, chewing oats out of an oat bag. Seagulls fly overhead. The sky is black. Captain Price wears a black suit and a standard patrol coat as he mounts the horse to head home.
Interesting. Not everyone's using cars here.
Rows of houses on either side, hunching over the sidewalks, and Precinct 41 with its dome roof growing distant. Around him, the streets are silent. A kid on the corner waves at the captain as he takes the turn on Petition and Main. The horse neighs. The captain nods back. Thanks, kid, he thinks. He's grateful.
Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes. Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
There's the skill point. Yeah, let's head to that mirror. This is where it's going to hurt not to be reloading, isn't it?
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
That's still very low, Jack. I thought we'd be better than that. 2 skill points into it. What do you even gain from passing that check? Well, we're not going to throw another point in without trying it. That'd be
A
stupid.
mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face still not happening. It won't come off that easy.
What kind of a roll would I need? At least a 9. Yeah, that's not happening that easily, is it? I just grab more empathy. At some point we'll decide we've had enough, right? 10's a nice round number. Do I get a chance to try this again? I don't think
This
so.
fan has 2 chain pull switch. Or has it been consigned there?
No. No, we wasted that. It's okay.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful. The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep. And then sleep doesn't come. Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening. Maybe it's the bed's fault. It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing.
Nothing ruins sleep more than your feet not being properly covered. So yeah, it's the bed's fault.
Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily. Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
No, we're not thinking about the case. Enough of that.
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Guess we're thinking about the case anyway. Just trying to walk off into the fog, don't mind me. Hardcore? Maybe? No, that's not so hardcore. It's more hard luck. No, that wasn't a joke.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood? You're not kidding anyone, Harry. You don't remember shit. Tell me. Do you remember your wife's hand on your face? That's right, funky baby. and you just stood there. One hand on the bottle and the other on your dick. Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours? They were only cramping your descent into the abyss. Now they're gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. All of it. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium. Everything. The Pale and the Islas. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up. You're not coming back from shit, thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours, bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding? Help you? Why? I can't hear you. The rest is just a word dream. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin sleep-like state. More glass than velvet. Grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover. Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
All rested and healed. Yep. That's me.
Good going, buddy. Really? Because you feel even worse this morning than you did last night? You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
Yeah, well, I can't think either. So that's a double whammy right there.
That's not really true. Your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself. Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday, despite your debilitating hangover. How else did you think you even got up from this floor? You got up from this floor because of a holy vow you made 16 years ago. With me. To wake up exactly 7:30 every morning until the day you die. Don't be silly. There was no vow. You were high on speed. That was the only reason you got up. You can't detect without it. It's that simple.
It's that simple.
Of course, Martinez is speed central. You just gotta poke around, follow your nose. You and Speed will be happy again. You will make her come home. This time, it will be different.
We're about to go to Kuno's shack. That feels like the place to be right now. Any chance you're gonna let me run
A mirror
that check
hangs on
again?
the bathroom wall. In it, your face.
Yeah, face. Where's he at? Where my boy Kim at? What is even our priority? We didn't grab the authority skill. Oh hey. The union's here. Apparently I have 3 saves again. No, 2 saves. That'll teach you game. And we had a 4-day break in recording. Yeah, I've had worse.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them. I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the union. These men here. Men who drink beer for breakfast. I have no doubt these are the Hardy Boys Evrard told us about. The ones who keep the peace around here. And the big one must be Hardy himself. This is clearly the Union's peacekeeping force Evrard told us about. The one he said hanged our victim. We can't be sure, of course. Evrard may have lied to us. He definitely has an agenda of his own. Either way, we need to interview them, and it won't be easy.
Yeah, that immediately becomes priority, doesn't it?
One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Or not.
Good. A power move. Purposefully concentrate on something else first.
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
I mean, obviously, she's the priority.
Just a moment. And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
The lady is distressed. Perhaps something more upbeat might cheer her up.
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working.
A faint smile tells you she appreciates the effort, but at the moment her mind is on more serious matters.
The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too. The manager was vague about it. To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
You hear that? Someone's missing. There could be foul play afoot. That's right. Now skip the foreplay. Time to dive into the dark alleys. Start shaking down the usual suspects. You know, legwork. Doing some good will alleviate the hangover. At least you're of use to someone.
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it, somnolent. A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the whirling in rags.
But you have more important things to worry about. Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
Oh dear, I'm not sure where to begin. We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow. Via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case. I hope I've been useful. Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the waterlock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
The waterlock, that was broken. Could this be it?
We almost didn't get that check, trivial as it may be.
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day. Oh my, What happened to the water lock? Oh, now you're just having fun at an old woman's expense. In any case, thank you for looking into this. It takes a weight off my shoulders. Thank you both.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there. Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
Yeah, we're pretty close to another skill point. We're doing okay. For some reason, I get particularly bored with these, or with this whole dialogue about the cryptids and all this and that, so I'm gonna take it on in batches, not do it all at once. I'm very far from a person interested in biology and the natural world. I think that's part of it, if not all of it. I guess we could keep working on this and get that interview with Joyce, maybe. Or this. Oh, you actually have to get the thingy. Right. Why was the map button lighting up? I don't know. I mean, this is where you get that. Probably the only place you get that. We're gonna take a loop through the town, maybe. See if we can get in the apartment building without that skill. And if nothing's accomplished, I guess we'll come back to them. I don't know. Makes sense.
Fuck does Kuno care? The fuck do you want with it? Good call, Pig. Kuno doesn't.
That is not helpful. It will remain not helpful for the time being. There's nothing we can do with that. Unfortunate. I don't know. Let's see if there's any bottles in here. Did we already go through this area? I believe we did, actually. So let's not waste time on that. I mean, reading one of our books might be the priority, honestly. I wonder if the books unlock dialogue. Can't click on her right now. Bottles.
Yes? Hello? Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
I don't know people that actually describe themselves that way, but okay.
She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much.
Fine.
This
Be
was a
empathetic.
tremendously useful interlude.
Oh, be quiet, Kim. All we did was say hello, really. Are you even able to talk to this guy? Yeah. To the apartments we go. You know what? This is a good place as any to read a book. And, who knows, might end up needing that. Probably stick to the one that's most relevant.
The Greatest Innocence by João Paulo Salomão Lopes de Fuego. The book is large and heavy.
Yes, Kim talked about the innocence.
Browsing through the various chapters, you try your best to understand the ceaseless overflow, the sprawl of names, dates, places, events historical. Most of it ends up as a twisted mass of facts inside your brain.
That's the facts, you say. I'm prepared for facts.
You can do it. It'll be worth it. There's something here. Your educational survey is done. Did you catch any of that? No. Oh well, it's pop quiz time. Let's see what you've learned. This might take a few minutes. You ready? Disappointing. You'll never get anywhere with that attitude. Browsing through your educationals, that's the spirit. Here we go. Question 1. Who was the first innocence? Dolores Day.
Why is that a pain threshold?
Incorrect. Dolores Day
Oh.
was the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. She codified parliamentary democracy and created modern institutions. Among these, the moral intern, she was powerful and beautiful on all her icons. Her colors are silver, white, and apricot. And when you think her name, Dolores, stomach acid rises to the back of your throat, and it hurts. You see a flash silver, a wreath, an airport bag, and blonde hair. You don't know why. Another choice, perhaps?
Apricot is not a color, Patrick.
Steer clear of this one. There's something terrible about this one. A strange sensation of loss. When she left the earth, the dust, and the ice, and the humans. That is unimportant to the quiz. Stop thinking about this. Yes, the quiz is impersonal. No need to rouse sensations in yourself at the mention of Dolores Day. Who was the first innocence? It wasn't Dolores Day. Correct. Nothing much is known about him. It's not even clear that he was a he, but Franco Negro presumed as such and called him Pius. He's depicted as a young man with molten gold pouring out of his mouth. All he spoke was gold. It said he invented God and equality of men before God. He also introduced the gold standard as a way for measuring people's love for Aurum.
I don't know what that word is. And I would look it up, but this game gets a bit finicky with the alt-tabbing. So, we're not going to do that. I think it's just another word for gold, or... I think it's actually a word for a color, almost. I mean, I've seen it around, I just... don't know it.
As the first innocence, he declared that there should be more of those like him. It is presumed his disciples were the beginning of the Holy Party, the founding party. Question 2. Who was the strongest innocence?
Pain threshold pops back up and says Dolores Day again.
Easy. Everybody knows the answer to this. You, me, anybody.
Probably is actually the correct answer.
An innocence is the highest category of historical personage in the world, a literal personification of history. Traditionally, an innocence, when anointed, assumes supreme rule over the Occident or the known world in general, at least the parts that matter. I can do better. Okay, so commonly an innocence does not enforce his or her power through military power. This is seen as unnecessary. The innocence wins because an innocence can't help but win, for their deeds are inevitabilities. Did this help? Great. Dolores.
It was waiting until my guard was down. And there it is.
Incorrect again. While she originated many modern institutions, launched several successful expeditions, and was even critical of the Innocentic system itself, and somehow keeps popping up in your mind, she is not often considered the strongest. Even though the words most associated with her rule are l'amour, la compassion, la autodiscipline, love, compassion, self-control, which could be seen as facets of strength. Would you like to try again? Please, relax. Incorrect. Vespa Messina is not a person, but a defunct state on the southeastern coast of the Occident. It used to take up most of the peninsula before separating into the republics of Vespa and Messina. Care to try again? Correct. Named the innocence of militarism, he codified hereditary rule, but at the same time ended serfdom and established the Inter-Isolari Real as the global reserve currency. He also established the concept of the nation. Franco Negro attempted to solve the rising tensions between the aristocracy and bourgeoisie by building a unified society in which every man has a place and a mission, but at the same time may rise to nobility provided on the strength of his virtue. Question 3. Who was the false innocence? Correct. There have been a number of counter or false innocences, some assumed to have innocentic qualities, some who just thought so themselves. Occasionally, they have the support of a faction inside the ecclesiastic organization, and accusations of foul play have arisen. The most famous and important of these was Ernest Pasternak. He was into torture, despotism, hymns, cannons, and world conquest, but got defeated and humiliated by Stepan the Despicable of Kedra. Final stretch. You've come so far and learned so much. This is the most important one. Question 4. Who was the greatest innocence? The most important of them all. The most precious to humankind.
Paging pain threshold.
I don't even have to say it anymore.
And there it is.
Incorrect. While Franco Negro built concrete churches and cathedrals, and while many people, especially the Mesk, consider him a father figure, due to his militarism and nationalism, João Paulo Salomão Lopes de Fuego argues differently. Another choice, perhaps? Incorrect. He was a violent bastard, out to torture, maim, and kill whoever stood in his way. He was also a false innocence, disqualifying him from being the greatest and most important and most precious to humankind. Would you like to try again?
Better not be losing any more morale on this.
Correct. The Mesk might see Franco Negro as the father of nations, but as of this century, there's been a great shift in attitude. Dolores Day has become widely regarded as the greatest innocence. A most radical change to the whole fabric of the world. Everything from inter-esolary travel to the connected world to 3 consecutive scientific revolutions can be traced back to her. Every decade that passes, she seems less human somehow, and more beautiful, and more beautiful, and more beautiful. Congratulations on finishing the test. The results and your subsequent grade have been calculated. You get a D. Not particularly remarkable, but technically a passing grade. Not that anyone really expected better.
D for disco.
You would have done better if you just left Dolores Day for the end. Dial the Dolores Day down a bit.
What's going on with you?
Okay. You are shouting at an inanimate object, like a real weirdo. No wonder you seem to have trouble with the right answers.
I mean, how was I going to get the right answers? You didn't even let me know what I read in the book. Is Kim going to get annoyed if we just stand here reading? I don't think so, so we're not going to bother. We didn't even gain any skill points or anything from that. Oh, it was useless. Stupid literature. You can open this door
Hello
now.
again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
A sturdy metal door. This could be a way into the apartment building the smoking man vanished into.
Yeah, thanks. I don't know, maybe there's more to talk to Joyce about. So we not accomplishing anything.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Have we actually done enough on that? Maybe.
What we do? I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
She nods.
Word has traveled, yes, but nothing of real substance has surfaced yet, I gather. Wild Pines has eyes on the intersection, but not ears.
It appears we are being monitored every step we take, colleague. Did we have any other business here?
Well, guess not. Not accomplishing things. Not accomplishing things. Maybe we just go talk to the union guys now. Let's go ahead and put away that cigarette there. It's wasted. Yeah. How come it's not registering as me holding that? I don't know, just a little bug there. Buggy, buggy, bug.
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up? I don't want to talk about that. Man, I was hoping it isn't going to be her. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some evil drug trafficker. And I don't know where she is. A friend? An acquaintance? I don't know. She was the only person in this damn jam I could talk to. She's someone I don't want to rat out to the law, okay? A youngish woman. Gruff, but in a cool way.
What color hair?
Blue and violet. Dyed. It was violet when she got here. Blue before she went. Thank God I don't know. People here call her the Lady Driver. She kept her name a secret. From me too. Now I see why.
I don't want to be pushing Tommy here. Not be pushy.
Damn, I don't want to... Please just let it go. Whatever she did, it can't be that bad. She's not a bad person, I know that much.
We can't just let it go. It's part of a police investigation.
That's how it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation. The girl's troubled. If you hunt her down, she may not survive it. I can't have that on my conscience.
It won't come to that. We won't pursue her on this. This is information only.
I don't believe you. She's got the darkness in her. That young person's darkness when you think it's all over. And you're looking for a way out.
She shared this with you?
Yes. Which is why I don't want to snitch on her. Maybe. But not another person's life. I heard the rumors. I saw the other drivers looking at me strange when we talked. And she told me too, that she's had a violent life. But I wasn't afraid of her, more like for her.
Did this violent life include drug trafficking?
Well, it looks like it did now. But we didn't talk about that. We talked about life, you know? She talked about her mind. The way it worked. The trouble it was giving her.
The pain it was causing her.
Fuck, man. Go grill someone else with these questions, okay? There are plenty of drivers here who couldn't stand her, or were afraid of her. They'd be more than happy to rat her out.
What's the difference in him doing it versus telling me how to get it done?
He's right. There are other options. The raceman, for one. Push Tommy and it will break his heart and his spirit. Don't expect you to be pals. Now is not the time to focus on feelings. You need that info, son. It's right here. The answer is right here. You just need to ask him. Come on, do it.
I mean, this doesn't sound like it's pushing him, right? Nah.
Thank you, friend. Wow, this makes me feel like I should pick up smoking again. Would help with my rhymes, too.
We're not gonna push that. Who cares about paint guard? Can I have my skill point? I want my skill point. Let's get some more health pickups, so to say. And talk
Hello,
to you.
compatriot. You have something to discuss? I don't know what you're talking about. Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare me. You cops don't run Revachol West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything.
No. He means La Puta Madre.
The name resounds like a bell in the air, a dark gong. You get a bad feeling about it. Looks like the lieutenant has a plan. Let him do this.
Yeah, him.
The lieutenant looks at you skeptically, but does not object.
I ain't saying nothing. Like fuck you are. Why's your partner a multi-ethnic rainbow man? Why do you not arrest Sealang? Fuck off. I ain't telling you shit.
How do you want to proceed?
The man drops the near-finished cigarette, lingering between his fingers. He reaches for a new one, with a confident look.
I don't know what you're talking about. He did something. He stole his employer's goods and another honest lorryman's job. You know, I don't think you're as down with our fight as you'd like me to believe, brother. Why is the saffron man still there? Talk to him. I don't know anything.
Wonder if Sealang actually knows which one's her lorry.
The man bites his lip and drops the near-finished...
We've already heard that line.
The tear machine stands in the... Your bottles clunk into the machine.
Where's my special bottles? Promise special.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
What is what? It's a raincoat. If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
Do I even need another endurance? I don't think so. Doesn't feel useful.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Just buy one of those.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
That'll be sufficient.
A colourful display of cigarettes and...
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. Huh? Speed. Like, speed. No, Frit doesn't do that.
Of course not. Frit is an establishment that acts within the law. Is that all, detective?
Ah, what's the point if they don't even sell the good drugs?
I mean, at this point, we're just collecting all these, right? It's fine. Don't need that. Not now. I do want that healed, though. Bothering me. Wonder if she'll tell me. Probably doesn't even know,
The
though.
woman is still hunched over the railing. Her head...
Yeah, whatever. Never mind.
cold monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane." Not a good track record of mental health in that family. What did he do? You have no idea what you did a week ago. How would you know what this guy did many centuries ago? High above you, the king stands triumphantly oblivious to your memory trouble.
Let's go talk to Selling, who's selling things. Oh yeah, I'm making bad jokes, stealing credit for jokes written in the script. That's how it's done.
Keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes. Keep saving that economy.
I don't know, do we want the composure? Not really. Don't want the sneakers.
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer.
Don't want that.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
3% is still 8%. It's 2 above 8%, actually.
No need to dress this one up. Just tell him what you want.
Oh, okay. But why, officer? Ah, yes. Lots of cops are.
Are you trying to ask for a bribe? If so, you're not doing a very good job.
Sorry, detective.
He's not gonna tell me nothing.
Good morning to you, officers. Sure thing. Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Got more salami. That's always a victory. You a special bottle? I'm gonna go with no. Where are these special bottles on the map? Come on, man. There's no bottles on the map. Why? Oh, glitchy there. Alright. Well, that's that. I guess we're just gonna have that bug again. Oh wait, +2 psych. I swear that was only a +1 before. Wonder if that'd be useful for this conversation, eh? I'm gonna go with yes.
Over here.
What?
Let me handle this.
You seem a little different today. less hospitable.
You are far from home, Lieutenant. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen.
Not a muscle moves in her face, but her eyes trace yours, stern and perceptive.
Wasting the time.
You are looking for Titus Hardy, who you think has information on a murder the RCM is investigating. You want to interview him. That's Titus. Talk to him, but know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming, nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
We're just gonna get on with it.
This is where you say your bit.
He's used to giving orders and having them obeyed immediately. You should not indulge him.
Detective.
Precinct 57's finest scans the room, leaving the speaking to you. He trusts you. Maybe against his better judgment, but he does.
Wow. The RCM sent us some big dick cops.
Real big dick cops. Look at them. Reckless. Swinging in the wind.
Yeah, look at the big dick on that cop. Can't tell a dick that big what to do.
Must be something in the water in Jamrock.
Yeah, gave him real nice big dicks.
Yeah. Anyways.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
These guys are so macho, they're ready to confess to first-degree murder. Ask if it was them.
So, you're not just here to swing your big dick. You're here for the pretty boy. A real looker, that one. Stinks like shit, too.
They couldn't get him down, boss. He's still up there, stinking up the place.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Evrard? And what did he tell you? That we killed him? That we took a cargo belt from the harbor, went out back, and used it to hang him? Because we did. All of us together. I hope he told the story straight. I hope he told it well. Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time.
They're playing to their considerable strength in numbers. Don't talk about arresting them. You'll only bring attention to your inability to do so.
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
Doesn't remember them. He just forgets. Are you hearing this, Titus?
Ain't no use keeping a stiff catalog in your head. That's for sure.
I think he respected that answer.
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town. And he stepped out alive.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Kohoi and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
This one has a special gripe with him coming here.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
'Cause one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm Oranese goddamn special forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all.
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some Oranese paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there. Like some kind of animal.
Wrong. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
There's a slight unease in him, suddenly. He regrets mentioning the rape.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. That was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah, this girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
No, you're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter, and I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
Despite the stonewalling, you can slip one more question in.
Titus, do not answer. You have been forthcoming enough.
Fuck off, Carl. She's gone through enough without you harassing her too. She doesn't need more embarrassment.
What are you talking about? Embarrassment. If someone has been sexually assaulted, we need to...
What you need is to get the fuck out of my face. I've had enough of explaining myself to you fucks. He's dead. It's done.
As you can see, these men can only take so much baseless scrutiny. I'm doing my best to keep the situation civil, but...
It won't be for long, she means. It's true. She was the only thing holding him back.
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
Titus, keep addressing him. He wants everyone to know he's in charge.
Who do you fucking think does?
He's so sure it's him. But it's not that simple. There's someone above him, or beside him, sharing the leadership. Hard to say who. He has authority in the group, but it wasn't him calling the shots that night. Hasn't been him for a long time.
Theo's a great guy, a great guy, but come on. Titus Hardy runs the Hardy Boys. That's why we're called the Hardy Boys, genius.
I think you got your answer, Mr. Law.
Yes, there are some administrative differences. But on that night, they all acted as one man. You don't have to keep answering his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
This hasn't been useful.
By
Well, maybe
the
it
Pines
has.
cow, you mean Joyce Messier, the representative for White Pines? The same company you're striking against?
I should have said Everett for that check. And I would have passed all those even without it, so I'm standing with it. No, it hasn't been useful.
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what? Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to intimidate him.
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility, we're going to look into this.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us, real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
Rent-a-cop? So that's what this is about. He doesn't see you as his equals.
Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy, and now she's making me play with you. Is that it, lawman?
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You're gonna go and tell on us?
I would, though.
Typical Bean O'Clard. Always a tattletale. Everard sent word you two would be around again. That's the only reason I'm being so forthcoming with you. Don't wear it out.
We have a good chance of passing that. Good chance of failing it, too.
As you look around this room full of sweaty men, swearing, drinking, spitting out tobacco, does this look familiar?
Double fives. Hey, it still wasn't useful. We would have passed it anyway. It's fine.
You believe the place was called Precinct 41. It was also filled with, almost exclusively, men. Sitting on desks, talking shit and wasting time.
None of them are sitting on the tables.
You seen Apricot, old Purdue's daughter? Asks Lieutenant McCoy. Replies Torson. The ass on that one. McCoy shakes his head in appreciation. A bit strange the old man named her Apricot, but, I mean, who am I to judge? Wanna hit the kebab joint?
Huh? You got a problem with beer now?
Not quite there yet. Push on.
You saying we don't help people? I've been doing this job for 10 years. Martinez was a dump before we put this outfit together.
They don't know, man. They weren't here. We had 3 shootings a week, kids dead, fucking graffito everywhere. You cops haven't shown up since the 30s.
Congratulations on the graffiti removal. All I see is you sitting around talking about Monica's titties while there's a rape victim.
So what? What do you want from me? We took care of that fuck.
Don't let him drink that. One more push, quick. Just don't antagonize him. You have this already.
Titus?
She stops mid-sentence. That's it. You got him. He's going to give it up, but on his terms.
You want to talk to her, cop? Fine. I'm gonna let you talk to her, but you treat her with respect. If you don't, if you question her, harass her, a freight train of pain, buddy.
What is her name?
Glacia. I'm on due. She's staying here at the Whirling in Rags, a real pretty one. Silvery jumpsuit, blonde. That's Amonju with an O-U. He did it before we killed him. He's not gonna do it again. So what does it matter?
It would help if we establish a timeline.
All right. 2 weeks, maybe? I don't know. I need another beer.
Here you go, boss.
That's obviously not the line to say. Unless he's trying to get hit.
I know her.
How well do you know her?
Well enough, Copper. We partied. She's been here for a few months. You mean Revachol? Nah, she's an immigrant. Or a drifter of some sort. Been staying here over the winter.
Don't you give her any more trouble. She's just had some bad luck, that's all. Shut up, Angie. She doesn't need your help.
Titus gives them both a look. They fall silent. What's with all the silences? It's like these guys don't know how to feel about this. You should keep picking at it. And what was up with the partying she and Titus did? It sounded fun.
What do you think I meant? Yes, yes, and no. Got something to say about it? No, we just fucked. That's all. I'm not gonna give you any details if that's what you're after. So put your dick away.
He really went out of his way to seem comfortable with this topic. That's all you're gonna get for now.
Remember what I said. Freight train of pain.
No. I's here. You got business with my boys. You got business with me.
The boys are too eager to please him to keep their mouths shut. You're gonna get a good head count here. Just wait.
Yeah! You fuck with the Hardy Boys, you fuck with Titus Hardy.
Relax, Dennis. No one is fucking you yet.
Yeah, Dennis, calm down. No one's fucking you, you stupid fuck.
Let Dennis enjoy his fucking, man. We don't mind.
Yeah, you're not even being fucked, Dennis.
Easy, fellas. We got company. Let's see what brings the cop around.
That was much more productive than expected.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers. The men are talking, but you swear you hear those black limbs tap on the window as the wind blows outside. There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. It's still too cold outside. You're not so sure about that. Somehow you just know there's something out there behind the glass.
Yeah, your mother.
We're not passing that. But we're gonna try anyway.
Nothing. Just black tangles like the hair of an old woman. Motionless. The wind in the yard doesn't reach the hawthorn, nor does the light come in from this window.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time? Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers. We've talked to Evrard Claire. We know who these men are. The Union's militant wing.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders. No one is emotional here. Do your job. Ask your questions, then leave. What are we going to do to you?
Why did you say that? Did you forget you're a cop? Again?
The Union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Goddamn right it is.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress.
That's rough. Is that guy still asleep down there? Probably. Let's sit on that skill point for now. I feel like we're making good progress on the case, because we didn't get distracted by the body.
door is closed.
Very irrelevant it is.
Who is it?
And it's gone.
This is the police. Can we come in?
Come on up. The door is open. I'm drying my hair.
This game certainly lets you progress in non-linear ways. Non-linear. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know I just talked about it, but then I forgot.
This medicine cabinet is full of wares. Sheets of pills, haphazardly stacked, one on top of the other. There's also a toothbrush somewhere in there.
How would I even see out that window? No. Let's see out that window and down.
It's been used quite a lot. This toothbrush belongs to someone who doesn't give a damn about her teeth.
How can you tell that?
Pharmaceuticals line the shelves, sheet upon sheet of pill bottle next to pill bottle. Acetylic acid, APAP, eye drops, blood thinners.
Anything of note?
Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, histoperidol, something in a foreign language you can't read. Behind them, an unusually shaped nasal spray. Its label reads, Nacra.
An opioid receptor antagonist. It's used for diamorphine overdoses.
Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Gotwaldian, marked red blister packs you find. What do you find? This is going to take a little know-how.
Nah, we got this.
A bright orange bottle with Preptide stamped on it, in sunny, happy letters. Jackpot, baby. That's the stuff you're looking for. Your palms begin to sweat just holding that little plastic container. It's speed, man. Just what you were looking for. They call it dextroamphetamine and talk about psychological disorders. But what we're seeing here is some scientifically advanced trucker speed.
Preptide, a euphemism for pharmaceutical amphetamine. Prescription speed.
The fuck are you waiting for? Let's get super fucking preppy.
We're not stealing this ride. Unfortunately. Maybe we are. I don't know. Plans of
this
change.
Medicine cabinet is stocked with drugs. There it is, the orange sun wearing blister pack. You feel almost. The lieutenant looks toward the door as if he didn't see you pilfer that sweet Preptide. Who cares, man? Who cares what the stiff thinks? Here comes the afterburner. Just put it in your sweaty little hand now.
It's fine.
Now that you've acquired some stimulants, it's time for a little pick-me-up. Time to detect. See? That's your problem. A lack of confidence. Speed can help you with that. And, Kim, it can help you with everything. It's not ideal, no. But you need the zeal. Let's face it, you're never going to finish this case without cheating.
I'm sold.
You raise the Preptide bottle, Press one nostril closed and inhale furiously with the other. The rush is almost immediate. It tastes bitter and caustic and stings a bit inside your nose. Now the taste is slowly receding into your throat. The rush is growing in intensity, your little heart pounding like a bird in a cage. A sweat breaks out across your brow. Your jaw clenches. And, let's be honest, there's a little chest pain. The good kind, of course. You may want to blast a nosofed or something.
Good idea.
Time for a little truth. Tell the lieutenant you did some. Clear the air. To this? You kidding? There are downsides to not being on it. There are massive downsides. It's a potent neurotoxin. You're turning yourself into a frayed idiot.
I'm not your mother. I don't care. Do what you have to do.
I think he cares.
As long as you remain functional, he thinks. Now, let's get back to work. Spring. Everything is clear around you. You're ready to concentrate on the next task in the task chain.
Yeah, we ready to go upstairs now. Stupid.
Welcome to the roof.
Do we want more of this? Probably. A little bit of number one, a little bit of number two.
Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built, long, and lean.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will. Nice. I don't know about that, officer.
Where a ripe corpse still hangs from the tree, spotted with green and purple. The woman doesn't flinch, but there is something in her light brown eyes. A sadness.
Oh yes, legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there. Oh, I do. They also say it's why the cleaning lady quit.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I see you've already met my colleague.
This does not come as good news to him.
Have I ever? Have you grown accustomed to your role as a police officer?
Oh yeah, feel the power.
You're doing just fine. After all, your path has led you back to me.
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man who was hanged. The people responsible have asked us to talk to you.
Huh. I see.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite an honest statement. They very much would have preferred if we did not talk to her.
Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, use words like I hear you have been through something difficult. No need to dilly-dally. She's tough.
We're on a time crunch.
Good on you, boy. She can take it.
It's a bit early in the morning for rape, isn't it?
She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered. She looks around. The sun has risen over the sea. People are rushing to work below.
It is. It's murderously early. I'm amazed I'm awake. Why am I even awake? Yeah, I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him.
By him, she must mean the victim.
Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, you know, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, rapeable.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier. They're frequent guests. Downstairs, they have a booth for union members. They're probably down there now. Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter. We partied. With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that. Oh, it is. You're still alive.
What did you do when you partied?
We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked him.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex. A little. The drugs were good enough, and we did enough of them.
How did you two meet?
Downstairs, at the bar. He was on some sort of assignment, a military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
She appears aloof, but that scar part, the scary, is stressed and drawn out. What's that about? Apprehension? With longing. She misses him.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that. Oh yes. I have multiple viewpoints. From the roof, out of the bathroom window, in my dreams.
A bitter cringe. It hurts. You look to the lieutenant.
You called us, the RCM.
Yes, I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Ravachol, miss.
Because I couldn't handle it anymore. None of these people called. He just kept hanging there. Then they started stripping him.
Tearing off his armor, demeaning him, throwing rocks at him.
The voice was disguised. Did you...
I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little. With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into it. Into the cold wire.
Which landline?
Spoken as if she's done that before.
The one downstairs, officer. I used the whirling landline. I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires.
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do.
I didn't want to, sir. And he's still hanging there.
We will move the body to the morgue today, miss. Don't worry.
Oh, you shouldn't be making promises, Kim.
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably know all about it.
And his role in this strike was what?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean. But I understood it was dangerous.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
Like I said, we met over drinks. A little, yeah.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys?
I have. Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said, it's been a long winter.
Could that have been part of the reason they hanged him?
I hope not. Actually, I know that's not the reason. I'm careful about that kind of thing. Not crossing the wires, you know? But that's probably where they got the rape idea. Men like that? I don't know. It's the way their imaginations work. I suspect it's what they'd like to do to me.
She changes balance from one foot to another, crossing her legs.
Pretty much.
Warming them. She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid.
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
As he says so, you feel the young woman looking at you and get a feeling you can't quite put your finger on. A suspicion? She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth.
Yeah, it's pretty deluxe.
No one likes to talk about their dirty laundry and their empty bottles. Maybe if you phrase it emotionally.
Yeah, I've contaminated it pretty bad. The contamination spreads from room to room. First, I escaped upstairs. The SAD got that too. Then I found the handle for the summer door. For me, it's a mix of me with a lack of cleaning services. How about you? Talk around the establishment is, you have an industrial SAD spill in there. Cool. I think I'm developing a pinch of that, too. It hasn't done wonders to my taste in interior decoration. I'm wintering.
How long have you been staying here?
About 4 months. I came in November. Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol? Because it's the funkiest building in Martinez. And because all the other buildings are bombed to hell. Thank you. I've put a lot of time and effort into it.
Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Revachol, but you should still reprimand her. No, don't listen to the stiff. Be cool.
With money, sir. It's not exactly the NT-star size caboodle I intend for it to be one day, but it's getting there. Oh, yes. One of my favorites. It cures many ailments. Like not being able to stay up for 36 hours, not being happy. It cures those ailments. It's just a mirrored speed molecule, basically. Huh? Motherfucker took my Preptide? Looks like you owe me one, officer. I'm talking serious corruption here.
This does not amount to actual corruption. I can easily log it under confiscation.
Robbed by common highwaymen.
She's not angry, but it's true. She's gonna have to find some more Preptide now.
I bet that would have been funny if Kim didn't talk.
Okay. Clasier Amandou. I'm 28. Something stupid.
Wanna hear what's stupid? Somewhere in a one-room apartment on Boogie Street, a young man shows Patrol Officer Tilbrook his genital warts, asking if they're cancer. His partner, Emil Mullins, can't be there. He's in another apartment with another man who's showing him a dead dog under the radiator. It's dead, Mullins says. No, the man replies. I touched him. He's warm. He's warm, Mullins replies, because he's under the radiator.
No. More stupid. Oranese lit. Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university. Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese. All national literatures are... only the name of the nation changes.
If that's true, then Revacholian lit would fit you like a glove.
Vredefort, Republic of Oranje. Nothing. I do nothing with it. Cool. I've made more money by just being than I have with Oranese lit. Many things. A roller skating instructor, a secretary, Miss Oranje 37.
It's the world's most tired smile. Miss Oranje, now there is something you should linger on. All things considered, very. Now linger.
Linger in malingering time.
It's a beauty pageant, held in the year of our century 37 in Oranje. It's a competition for stupid girls. Men look at them and choose the most beautiful. When you have the fewest deviations from the norm, I've been told it's a type of mediocrity that I possess. No, I was the most stupid and mediocre, and I got a crown and a sash and a scepter for it, and a scholarship to study Oranese lit. Mm-hmm. I would offer you coffee, but it's garbage. Literally tastes like poison. I'm afraid you can't, officer.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets.
Thank you for your candor. Why?
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river. If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Clausia Mondu. It's a weird name. Okie dokie. A bad memory, officer. Of lilacs and lightning, parks, glass, duraluminum. Fredefort is a conference city. It's always autumn there. And night. At least it was for me.
What's so bad about that?
Nothing. If you're no longer there.
The conference centers are filled with people who get angry at you if you do something wrong.
Sooner or later, everyone does. The record, so official.
Let's try this. Well, we still got this.
She looks back.
Oh.
Time moves slowly. The triangles of her face rearranging into a weary smile. Don't worry. We will protect you from her beauty. We will consult you through the reefs and sounds of her persona.
Wasn't even close.
You are advised. There are muscles on long white bones that line her limbs, just below the silver jumpsuit. Nothing. Just time passing. Don't worry.
Not time passing.
You are not a fool. Anything out of the ordinary and you would be notified.
Not gonna lose it.
Air moves in your windpipe. Your heart beats. You're a detective. Get back to detecting. The strange moment ends. It was brief, no longer than 2.2 seconds.
We got a skill point. We can grab, and we're gonna level up again. Okay. We're gonna figure out what this is. Hey, let me click that again.
Why not? I'll be. Hello, officer?
Soft, light brown eyes look back at you, directly into the space behind your eye sockets. You see the smoke rise from between her painted red lips. She's beautiful.
We got value out of it. Right at the tail end.
I have bad news for you.
Oh.
You know these guys? Who? Me? Yes, you. He's talking about you, you groveling sycophant. You too. Me? Get out of here. I'm solid. These guys are compromised. She's got them singing along to her tune. The little bleeps and bloops you trust for info, you can't trust them anymore. Believe it. There's no way of knowing. At the moment, I'm afraid it's best to assume. All of them. Bullshit, man. I ain't compromised. Especially that guy. That guy's the most compromised one in here.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same.
No fucking way, man. I just want a drag of that sweet menthol Ziggy. Really? Quick, tell me what's under her jumpsuit. Glory, truth, softness. Protect her. She wants you. How it always does, through subtlety. There's nothing you can do about it. You are how you are, and she is how she is. Things will go as they do. No. It's better to know you're being played than to be played without knowing it, is it not? I think it's safe to assume, yes, Mr. Thespian here hasn't been speaking up. If he were, I suspect there would be paeans to her truthfulness. Like this. No, he's not going to show up. I'm sorry, your lie detection isn't working. It's not her doing. He's just totally inept. It looks like you're also an idiot, but that's not her fault.
What?
No, not an idiot. You're just more of a sensitive type. Thinks with his heart. This woman's pain draws you in.
That sounds pretty accurate for this playthrough.
You can't draw a sound conclusion. The one he usually does says...
Oh no, he's not going to show up either.
Huh? No, Mr. Conclusion. You're always kind of limited in your analytical abilities. That's not her fault, but still. Don't worry. It's only been 4 or 5 seconds. You've got this. The silence broken. She exhales a little cloud of smoke and says,
God, no.
Yay, skill point.
Yes, you're just one room away. Very personal.
You do not need to know that. What you need is to ask normal police questions, like...
Oh, we've done the normal.
Get a grip, he thinks. At least do your personal stuff when I'm not here.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy Boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window. Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan. What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it. If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her. So you said to her, what did you mean by it? She seemed forthcoming to me, unusually so. Being forthcoming with some things is a good way to obscure other things, but I wouldn't call myself compromised. I am not easily swayed by young women, but on the other hand, the best liars are candid, and she was candid.
The lieutenant seems oddly sure he is not compromised. Not psychologically, at least. Is it hubris?
Anyway, we should move. I suspect our investigation will bring us back soon enough.
We're about ready to wrap this episode up, but I just want to check this door out here.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
I don't know. It is not the first closed door we found in this building. There is also your mysterious blue kitchen door. I don't know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the case.
Below, the hostel cafeteria creaks and groans under your added weight. A skeleton of composite support beams and cantilevers. A dull thump. Somewhere inside, a wind brace rattles from the imperceptible motion of the building.
The vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. This door is part of it. It's not unimportant.
He doesn't say anything.
Yeah, 8%'s pretty low. We need our cheat code. Oh, that's still bugged out. I don't know if we want to use the rest of that anytime soon. It's fine. We will use the rest of this. These are hard to click on, by the way.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Yeah, it's still a ridiculous chance, but go for it.
You kick it, gung-ho style. Entering the premises style. But the door fails to respect the force. All you hear is the bar rattling inside, laughing at you.
All right, let's trash the place.
Let's not.
Your foot is ready to explode and punish this object.
No, don't do that.
The sturdy wood door has lost all respect for you. It's barred from the inside. You hear the bar rattle in the brackets.
Nah. We gotta be ending this episode. Let's get back down to the cafeteria first. And make sure we're holding on to our bottle. We don't want to be seen without it. Be embarrassing. Alright. That's us for today. I've not really come to anymore this time, but we got a good episode anyway. This game doesn't need the grade A commentary. It speaks for itself. So, till next time. Time will pass. I don't know. Goodbye and good riddance, everyone.